This is Amin Parker, and this is part 2 of a video that I made. And that video was about, in today's time, you cannot commit a crime and get away with it. You can't. Because at some point, you will get caught. You're going to get caught because of technology. Technology is going to be your ultimate snitch against you. You won't have to worry about someone from the neighborhood snitching on you. Your biggest snitch is your cell phone. Your biggest snitch is your fingerprints. Your biggest snitch is your hair follicles. Your biggest snitch is cameras hidden in places where you least expect it. People. And I'm talking to the people with evil hearts, evil intentions. Stop thinking that you can commit a crime and get away with it. You can't steal toilet paper from your job and think that nobody is going to find out eventually. You can't steal ink pens from your job and think that nobody is going to find out eventually. You have to use common sense. You have to realize that you live in a day and age where technology is at its all-time height. Like I said, cameras can be so small these days. They can be the same size of a nickel. They could be the same size as a dime. And they could be placed far up. Or they can be placed down below. They can be placed on a table. They can be placed anywhere. And there's cameras everywhere, guys. And when people steal from their employees, or from their employer, I should say, when people steal from their employer, from the job that they work at, because, sometimes people get angry at their coworkers or they get angry at their supervisors and they want to take their anger out by stealing little things here and there. They don't realize that they're still being watched. The boss is going to pinpoint who is the one stealing it. They're not going to announce that, hey, these things been coming up missing, and we would like to try to figure. They're not going to say anything to nobody. They're going to just set up secret ways. They could rearrange employees here on this shift, or move certain employees to another shift, and then they'll start really pinpointing. Okay, let's see when something else comes up missing. We're going to figure out who did this and who's doing this. This is what people don't realize when they go to work and they steal toilet paper or robes or ink pens or money from cash registers, right? There's a certain lady that's in the news nowadays. She faked her own kidnapping. She staged her own kidnapping. And taxpayers waste a whole lot of money trying to find her, only to find out that it was just a hoax. She wastes law enforcement's time. Question is, why did she do this? Why? What was the point? Now charges may very well be put on her. I'm not going to say who did this. I'm not going to name the person. I'm not going to. I'm just saying that this person did this. And now this person's reputation is down the toilet. Sad thing is, this person was going places in life. This person was, if she would have stayed on the straight path of success by doing the right things in life, she would have been a nurse, a doctor, someone big in the hospital. But no. She just threw it all away because she stole toilet paper from her job. She faked her own disappearance, and she stole money from the cash register. She stole ink pens from her job. You know, it's just a darn shame. But let this be a lesson to women. And also let this be a lesson to men. You know, when you do stuff like this, when you do little stupid petty crimes, little dumb things that, because sometimes when you're young, you're going to do stupid stuff. But you know what? Let this be a lesson, especially to the young. When you commit a crime, even if you think this is just a petty crime, you're not going to get in trouble for it. Even if you think that, you better think twice. You better think like this. You know what? I could take this item. I know I need it for real, because I ain't got no more at the house. But I don't live in the 1960s. I don't live in the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, where cameras wasn't as prevalent as they are now, and where technology, as far as tracking where a human being is or wasn't as prevalent back then. You live in the timeline where that stuff is in abundance and it's much stronger now. You can't commit a crime and get away with it. Wherever you go in this world, your small little hair follicles drop off your body and fall onto the surface of wherever you are. Small teeny hairs. You see what I'm saying? Your own body snitches on you. Your own body. Your fingerprints always will snitch on you. So what you going to do? Are you going to wear gloves every day wherever you go, even during the summer? Are you going to wear clothing that covers your whole entire body and wear a face mask and a helmet wherever you go? No, you can't. Meaning, what it means is that wherever you go in this world, proof of the fact that you was there will pop up, especially by way of cameras. Every day on the news, we see people committing crimes, and it makes no sense because they're going to get caught. People still don't realize this. Whatever you do, you're going to get caught. So why commit the crime in the first place? When you get convicted, you're losing your freedom. Now you can't have peace of mind. Now you're going to a place where you lose your freedom. And even if you get off on probation, whatever you did follows you no matter where you go. It's going to be hard to get a job. It's going to be hard to get a job. Life is going to be harder. It's going to be hard to buy a house. In a lot of situations, it's going to be hard to get a house to even rent, as far as renting. Because you're going to have a criminal record now. Even if it's a misdemeanor. Doesn't matter. If it's a felony or a misdemeanor, now you have a record. It's not worth it. Crime ain't worth it. The best thing I can tell you guys to do as a solution is to find a job or a career in this life. Something that is legit. No under the table jobs. Even if the job pay you very little. You get that job and you stick to it until you find a better job. So that you won't be a burden on no one. So you won't be a burden on no human being. And so that you will have your own money. So you won't have to go out and steal. And be wise. Don't make a whole lot of babies. If you want to have children, I recommend just having one kid. Because life will be much easier if you only got one kid. Now, if you can afford 2 kids, then go for it. If you can afford more than 2, then go right ahead. but that's only if you can afford it. You have to have a great career at that point. Not even just a regular job, a great career. But don't go around committing crimes and you know you got children at home you have to take care of. Or you have a criminal record and you know life is going to be much harder. Don't go around making a whole lot of babies then. This is a long video. I know it's turning into something else. But my point is, don't go around committing crimes because you're not going to get away with it. And that's all that I got for now. Until next time.